have a few.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, my number one is maintenance.
Oh, yeah. Mine was right before.
Yeah. Right before?
The surgery.
Oh, yeah.
Like
That's
the
definitely
night before.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I was too hungry.
You probably were because you did 2 weeks worth of that shit.
And I did a whole day of clear liquids.
Yeah.
So I was like on broth in a hotel. And I was
around
shitting my pants.
Ice cream people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you were shitting your pants.
Oh, yeah. Because all the protein.
Oh, man.
When you have nothing but protein for 2 weeks.
Yeah. You just poop a lot.
It's literally just running out of you. Yeah.
Ew.
It was gross and disgusting and being in a hotel and yeah.
I like this is weird that I like the fact you talk about poop more. I do.
Well, don't forget, we can't tell people to poop and pee before they weigh themselves.
I know. God forbid.
God forbid.
I mean, I did hear it's called dry weight, but, all those dietitians and doctors are wrong,
They
Kellie.
don't know what they're saying.
They don't. We're not allowed to tell them at all.
Okay.
No pooping and peeing for anyone before you weigh.
Yeah. No.
You need to know the accurate number with all the fluids in your body.
Yes. Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't think any...
Guess what, guys?
We're not doctors.
No, we are not.
If you're going to be making any major medical decisions, please consult your doctor.
Yes, and that includes diets, exercise, medications, and surgery.
We love you guys.
And we want you to be in our OSLP family forever.
So be careful
and consult
your doctors.
Welcome back, OSLP family.
Welcome back, OSLP family!
Welcome.
You are listening to our Sleep Life podcast, and this is Kellie.
This is Mel.
And in honor of Halloween,
yes,
we are going to now talk about the scariest parts of our journeys.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Scary.
Well, yeah, I figured Halloween, scary, kind of goes together. And as you can see, if you're on YouTube, go subscribe if you haven't. We did not decorate for Halloween.
Yeah, normally we do. We have an actual box filled with random decorations.
Yeah.
There's Christmas in there. There's Valentine's in there. There's Halloween in there.
Yeah.
But we didn't.
No, we did not.
No.
So, and I noticed it right before we started recording. So, you guys don't get any decorations. Sorry.
No, sorry. And I was going to change into a decorative sweater, but I was like, nah, I'm already downstairs.
Yeah, I actually got dressed, and then as I was getting clothes put away, I was like, I should probably wear something Halloween-y, and then I was like, no, I don't want to change.
Don't want to change. Yeah. Don't want to change either.
So,
no.
So what is your scariest moment of your journey? I have a couple.
The first one that popped in my head immediately, though, is the big one, and that's the night before.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, this is really happening.
Mm.
I have to be there at this time. And, mom's checking, everyone's, making sure, what time, when will I be out, and all these questions. And so, it's becoming a reality.
Yeah.
And that night, I was like, oh, I could die.
Oh, my God.
Because, I do that. That's a thing for me where I'm like, because I start processing. I don't process until, the night before of almost anything.
I think a lot of people are like that, though.
Yeah, I just don't. And then even before we even go on stage sometimes, it's funny because we wake up, Kellie's the one
freaking the fuck
freaking out. She's pacing. She's talking out loud. And then I start freaking out the last hour.
Yeah. Don't talk to her for the last hour.
Because now I'm all up in my head and I'm fucked. But I was like, fuck, I could die. And then me and Eric are in the duplex and we're in the garage. And I was like, okay, we need to have sex. And he goes, yeah. And I was like, are you okay with that? And he goes, of course. So I was like, okay, well, I need to have one last one just in case anything happens.
Oh my God. You're so ridiculous.
Of course we did that. And then, which did make me feel better. I was like, calm down.
Well, it gets released all those nervous hormones, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I just felt better. I was like, okay, this is going to happen where you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
And I woke up that morning, still a little panicked, but not as bad.
Yeah. Did you have to be there early?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Dr. Patterson had me there at like 5 in the morning.
Oh, wow.
6 in the morning.
I think I was 6.
Like something like that. And yeah, we left here at 5.
Yeah.
In Salem, because mine's an hour away. And
yeah.
so we drove, and then, like, it was like 30 minutes in the waiting area, and then went back and started doing all the things.
Yeah.
Getting in it was weird because, like, you get in your gown, and then, like, you get in your little bed.
Yeah.
But then when you go to the surgery room, they don't tell you this, but you move yourself onto the surgical table.
Well, I think Grey's Anatomy has played a part in that we just think they go 3, 2, 1, shift.
Yeah, seriously. Like, I thought they were just going to lift me over. Then I just look at them when they said that, and I was like, oh, I have to move? And they're like, yeah. And
yeah,
like,
you're able to move. Well, and the table is so tiny.
It is.
Like, do you remember how, like, tiny, and it was just, like, little arm things that they're, like, you're not going to fall off, but it feels very tiny.
I don't remember that.
Oh, I remember it, because it was, like, ice freaking cold. It was, like, a metal table, and it was, like, barely the width of my body.
Oh, wow.
And then there were arm things that stuck out.
See, mine didn't have that either.
Yeah.
My arms weren't out.
Yeah, and I was more than an hour away from mine.
Yeah.
Because I actually stayed, because my ex-husband was working in Corvallis.
Yes.
And so I actually stayed with him for, I think, like 3 nights in a hotel. And then we had to get up super early.
Butt crack it down.
Yep. And drive from Corvallis to McMinnville.
Oh, there you go. Yep.
So it was that early. Yeah. And I actually spent the night before by myself because he was working all night.
Oh, see, I don't like that shit, but I did too.
Yeah. It was very, very weird.
Yeah. The night there, like, no one was there.
Yeah.
And I just kept waking up and going back to sleep.
Oh, yeah. Like, you can't, it's like the night before you fly out.
Yeah.
Like, you're always so, like, wondering if you're going to miss your alarm or, like, because, like, so I'll always be checking. I'll be like, okay, I got another hour. Okay, I got another half hour. Like, because you don't want to wake up and then be like, shit, I missed my flight.
Yes.
You know, or shit, I missed my surgery.
Yeah.
Like, I think one of the scariest things about the surgery was I was worried that they were not going to be able to do it.
Oh, once they got in there?
Yeah.
That was another fear of mine.
Which
too.
is like, it doesn't make sense, you guys. Like, they do so many tests before. They do, like, they put you on the diet. Like, they check in with you all the time. Yeah. Like, they're not going to get in there and be like, nope,
not going to do it.
Yeah.
And, like, we've heard it's very rare. Like, if it's ever been done.
Yeah.
And then for mine, I was nervous too because I didn't have the 2-week liquid diet before. It was just a 24-hour.
Yeah.
And I just remember, like, Dr. Patterson saying, like, if I can't extract your liver, then that would be the only reason why, at least for me and my health, why we would not do it. So I had the fear of, what happens if my liver's too big? Yep. Oh, shit.
Yep.
Oh, no.
I followed my diet, my pre-diet, like, to the T.
Yeah.
To the T. I did not eat anything extra. Like, because you know how sometimes people are like, I was just so hungry and I had a bite of chicken. Or, like, I know there was one where it was like, you're on your pre-liquid diet and then you, like, make a sandwich for your kids and, like, you lick the spoon or something.
I've done that, yeah.
And you're like, shit, I just screwed up my entire liquid diet. I was, like, on point.
You're like, I would tell myself, no, it's peanut butter. And it is technically not a solid right now.
Yeah, but some people, like, eat, like, fast food and stuff.
That's wild.
Or, like, and like, people will say, like, I cheated on my 2-week liquid diet.
Right, yeah.
If you're on more than a 2-week liquid diet, I could totally see.
100%.
But I also was very excited because I was down 15 pounds in that time.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, I'm not doing anything because
like,
I'm losing weight for the first time. And it's, because I'm literally putting nothing but liquid protein into my body.
Everything is coming.
Everything's coming out, guys. Like, before we even started, I was talking about how, like, because I was on it for 2 weeks, I had nothing but liquid protein, water, popsicles, which is essentially water, and a little bit of juice, and broth. That was all I had for 2 weeks. Like, literally everything was coming out of me. Like, it was one of those moments. So
we love ProCare. You guys know this. And guess what? They have a brand new product out and it tastes like an orange Tic Tac.
That's right. I have got it in my hot little hands right now. It's their easy to swallow tablet in Citrus Grove. And both of us have fully switched over to it.
We had to because it's easy to swallow, doesn't stick, and it has 45 milligrams of iron. And we both need that.
Yes, we do. So go to procarenow.com to take care of all your bariatric body needs. And our code is the only one that gets you a full 15% off. So use code OSLP at checkout. Are you feeling a little sluggish? Little lack of protein? Little lack of caffeine? Well, we got the fix for that.
That's right. Dive Bar Nutrition has the best protein bars. They have caffeine, protein, and they taste delicious.
So head on over to divebarnutrition.com and use code OSLP at checkout.
I'm going to go back. So like, you remember when I got hospitalized that time for the serum sickness?
Yeah.
And I was in the hospital for like 3 days. They would not let me go home until I pooped.
Right. Yeah.
Nothing was happening. Nothing.
Uh-oh.
So they gave me what they call the sludge. And it's prune juice, orange juice, and apple juice.
All the juices together.
All the juices together. And I remember having, like, finally I was able to go and I was able to go home. But did that kick something out of my system? Like, I was, like, literally on the toilet every 10 minutes.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Like, my body was just, like, I couldn't even, like, forget about coughing.
Yeah.
Like, that was not an option.
No coughing for you.
Right? Because, like,
that.
Yeah, when they give you, and so that's how it was with my liquid diet, was literally everything was just coming out of me. And it was awful because I wasn't home. I wasn't comfortable. No. I was in a hotel. Like,
having to do this.
Yeah. Like, I didn't think to bring wipes or anything like that.
Right.
So then you're going through a lot of toilet paper. Yeah, it was not fun.
Literally, my butt just puckered up. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it was not.
Hurt.
Oh, it was not good.
Like,
it was not good.
You chafe on your butt.
Yeah, because I mean, hotel toilet paper is not like exactly the best quality, right?
No.
And no wipes, no nothing. Like,
oh my God.
Yeah, and at that point, I was still in so much pain that I couldn't like drive myself anywhere.
No.
So I was kind of stuck where I was.
Stuck with your shit.
Stuck with the shit just flying out of my butt.
Yeah, I only
flying
know
out.
What the sludge is because they gave it to Dad.
Once. Oh, yeah.
Because of after his heart attack, he just couldn't poop.
Yeah.
Like from all the pills and all the things
they
did to him.
Yeah.
So we're going on day 6.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do? And they're like, and Dad's like, I don't want to go in.
Yeah.
So the on-call nurse was like, give him all of these juices.
Yeah, mixed together.
And it will work. And it does.
It does work.
Yeah,
it cleans your system out real good.
If you don't want to buy Miralax, go
Yeah, go with the sludge. Yeah. So I think that was kind of like a really awful part of it. Yeah. And then it was the scariness of like, they're going to get in and not be able to do it. But it was like, there was no way they were not going to do it.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I had lost 15 pounds. Plus, I was, like, very strict with my diet.
Yes.
Like, I remember making protein shakes and bringing them to family events. Mm-hmm. And, like, that's what I did.
Where's that mindset? Because I know mine's gone from there, too.
From what?
From the beginning. Like, remember, like, a lot of us, like me and you, we were like, we're not going off of what they gave us.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then, like, we're working out or we're going on walks, like, we're that energy. And then it's like, I want that back. And I can't say, I don't want to say that because you're never going to get it back.
Yeah. I think that's a scary part too.
That's a scary, yes. It's very scary when you realize that you will never get that kind of energy and that year back.
I think it's a complacency thing.
Yeah.
Where we just get used to it. And then we find, like, we talk ourselves out of doing things.
So much.
So, like...
Oh, I do it all the time.
In the beginning, we talk about, like, before you go eat, make sure that you know exactly what you're going to order. Look at the menu before you go. Which we haven't talked about that in a long time. That was, like...
And we need to go back to doing that.
Yeah. I mean, I know that we have, like, kind of an idea of what we eat at places.
Yeah.
But I think we also get, like, ooh, that would be good. Type of thing
where I'm like I'm not taking the bread off anymore. You know, like little things that we used to do, not drinking before you're eating, and like the same thing afterwards, actually waiting that full time.
Yeah.
Like those, I think, are the two things that I definitely have lost. And it is a little scary, guys, because I'm 9 years out. I need to like rein that all back in.
And I do want to say, like, a little bit of bread is fine.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You do not have to take your bread off if you don't want to.
No, I just used to do it at restaurants.
Yeah.
And I don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Or I would tell them not to bring the bread to the table. And I definitely don't do that anymore.
I don't do that either.
So like, those are just little things that we did do that would actually like really help us every day.
Well, I think that when you are seeing weight come off in the way that you do prior or before or after surgery.
Yeah.
It's easy to make those changes because you're literally in it day in and day out and you're seeing the weight and your body change and like you're finally in a direction that you want, that you've been like trying over years and years and years to get.
Yep.
And so I think it's easier to make those decisions because you're like, well, if I have the bread on these things, or if I go out to eat every week, like multiple times, like that's going to show on my scale.
And it's going to show in my clothes, on my body. Like I'm going to feel it.
Yeah. I have to say you know, I've been kind of talking about it on social media and a little bit on the episodes. Like I've started doing a budget for myself. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that I've given up is DoorDash, eating out. Like I go a little bit, like I went with Zach the other day to lunch, but I don't really go out and I definitely don't DoorDash because I'm like, no, I'm not paying that. And I've seen that help.
I bet that's a big deal
because I'm eating at my house. I'm like making chicken salad. I'm like the other day I made the little Just Bear patties.
Okay. Yeah.
They're not round. They're like actual chicken. But I threw it in the air fryer, cut it up, put it on top of a Caesar salad, and that's what I had for dinner.
Nice.
That's an excellent dinner.
It is.
You've got like nothing but protein, and then you're getting your veggies on the side.
100%. I was about to say that, like you're getting more whole foods.
Yeah. Instead of processed. You know, Chick-fil-A was a big one for me, and Chick-fil-A is great for pure protein, right? Not when you have the mac and cheese and the fries and all of that stuff. So it's definitely helped, and that could have attributed to that I've had some weight loss.
Yeah.
In the last couple of weeks, I have restarted Zepbound, which I love it. It's so much
Tell them why you love
it. So with the semaglutide, I was having a lot of stomach upset. So if I drank my coffee and I would be like running to the bathroom and like full cramps.
Yeah.
And then it would go up to like heartburn. Ooh. It was not comfortable at all. And so with Zepbound, I've only been on it for a little over a week. Yeah. But I've not had that.
That's good.
And I don't have the nausea that I had. I don't have like all of the side effects that are possible. I don't have with Zepbound.
Hell yeah.
And I've already lost 2 pounds.
2 pounds.
I think 2 pounds. Let me look.
And I was going to tell you, I lost another 1.5 pounds.
Nice. So you're over 20 now?
So I'm 21.5.
Ooh, that's exciting.
I know.
And Mel's still on the semaglutide.
I am.
And I think it's really like finding which one works better for your system.
Oh, yeah.
And you were telling me that Zepbound is actually better for people with like insulin resistance.
Yeah, I learned that from Dr. Clapp. So Dr. Clapp was on VSG Bestie's Sunday podcast that she does live on TikTok, and I actually was on there watching, and I got to ask a question because I did notice there's such a big difference between me and Kel on the semaglutide, and I thought that was interesting. And he said, well, if it's working for you and not for Kelly, but Mounjaro or the generic brand trizepatide, those are going to work better if she's insulin resistance. Yeah. And which we know that she is, because when she first took Mounjaro, it worked perfectly. So we know that what it is that I'm not insulin resistant and she is. That's the biggest deal. Yeah. And so there is 2 different compounds 4 people.
Yes, there is.
Which is really cool.
I'm doing math.
Oh, she's doing
So I've actually, I weighed myself October 8th and I was 193.6.
Okay.
And when I weighed myself October 21st, I was 187.8. So I've lost almost a full 6 pounds.
Hell yeah.
Since the beginning of October.
That's amazing.
Yeah. It's crazy.
You're like averaging like 2 pounds a week.
Yeah, which is very healthy.
It is. I think that's a good way to lose.
Yeah. And I'm
slow
not
and steady.
I'm not restricting. I'm not doing anything that, is not good. I'm eating my protein. I'm taking my vitamins. I'm trying to get sleep. I'm moving my body. So it's not necessarily like doing my yoga, but I go on walks with Flynn more.
Yeah. So
I am moving my body more, which is great.
Yes.
So I think, another scary thing for me, like while we're in this topic, is the regain.
Yeah. That
is like one of the most scary parts of, I would say, top. Yeah. Of this journey.
I believe it. That's one of mine.
Yep.
I remember hitting one, like when I finally hit my lowest of 179, I was like, okay, I'm 20 pounds away from 200. I love it. We're just going to stay here. You better not regain. And I remember being scared for years.
Yeah.
Years.
Because how long were you at 179?
Only for a month.
Oh, okay. And then you went up to
181. I sat at 181 and 182 for like a full year. And then when I went to Progressive and had the gym.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
I gained the extra 10 to 192.
Yeah.
So.
Which is normal.
It is very normal because you guys have to think I'm 9 years out. So for the first year and a half, that's it took me to get to my lowest.
Yeah.
And then I stayed there for a full another year.
Yeah.
And then I only went up 10 pounds after another year. So I'm at like year 4 to 5. Mm-hmm. And then I didn't regain all this until 2 years ago. When the divorce happened and all the crazies and all the things.
Yeah, you just eat because it's comforting. And I think the regain, I think there's 2 parts to regain.
Oh, I believe it. There might be 1,000.
There's the pre-regain worry.
Yeah.
The scariness of what if I regain?
What if? Yeah.
What if I regain? What happens? What do I need to do? Be prepared for it. And then when it happens.
Oh, yeah.
Because more likely than not, you will regain something at some point of your journey.
Yeah. And you have to just be prepared.
You have to be prepared.
And the first is that bounce back where they say it's pretty normal. You'll get to your lowest and then you'll gain about 10 to 15 pounds because your body's just trying to regulate and figure out where it likes to be. Yeah. Which that's where I felt fine because I was at 192 for almost 2 years. So it's we get it. Melanie's body likes to be at 192.
Yeah.
We're getting her back down.
Yeah.
We're getting her there.
I was 160, 170.
Yeah.
And my lowest was 141. Right. So I gained about 20 back.
Yeah.
But I sat at that for a while.
Yeah, for almost a year.
It wasn't until I moved out of my house and lost my dogs and all of that that I really started gaining. I was in a small then, and then by the time I was in my height of regain, it was an extra large.
Yeah.
So I saw all the sizes.
Yeah, because you said you gained 60.
I gained 60 back.
60 back.
Yeah. So, and then I lost the 60, and then I've gained. I was at 160. Yeah. I gained 40 back.
40 back.
So now I'm going
back down. Yeah.
It's the up and down that I don't like.
Well, and you got to remember it's seasons. Our body, we just.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. I think you're just looking for, let's not swing so high.
Yeah. I want to be very even this time. And I don't want to just jump in and go straight down.
Right.
Because then I'm not actually making the habits that I need. Yeah. And I think right now I'm making sure I get protein because I don't want to go through the hair loss again.
Yeah.
So, I mean, guys. It's
real.
It's real.
Here's the thing is that I don't think people talk about it enough is when you get on the GLP-1s or you all of a sudden are working out like crazy and you're losing weight, you will lose hair. And if you're not supplementing right, you will lose a lot of hair.
Yeah.
Like if you're not getting those proteins in, you're fucked.
Yep.
It's
I mean,
so
I yelled
huge.
at you.
Yeah, because I was just telling her I was telling her last week I was having trouble like getting my protein in, and she's like, "Don't you let your hair do what my hair does."
I was like, "Do you see my hair? Do you want my hair?"
Nope.
Nope.
Absolutely
okay.
not.
Eat your protein. Like the hair loss is scary too.
It is. That's all, especially for us women. I don't know. Maybe guys have the same view too. They probably hate losing hair.
Oh yeah.
I would imagine. And so like, yeah, like that's a big deal. Like, that's our personality.
Why can't I just lose the hair on my legs?
I know, right?
Yeah.
I would love that.
Or my vagina. Yeah. Like
take the armpits.
Take the armpits. That'd be great.
Yeah. Why is it on the top?
Why is it on the top? And why does it come back in such weird ways?
I know, it's like in real time now. We get to see how hair grows in.
You can see it.
Well, because they grow in a different time, so everything's all different levels, and it's interesting.
Stupid. Like, literally just trying to mash it down.
If you're on YouTube
head.
Right now, you will see her just like matting down her hair.
It's ridiculous. Like, you can see this. It's all like, it's starting to kind of lay down.
Yeah.
But, dude.
It's
fucking annoying.
But at least now you know, like, it really is the protein and the water. You have to be up on it no matter where you're at in your journey.
Yep.
You just have to be up on it.
You have to. Yeah. And, like, it, the vitamins are very, very, very important also because your body needs that supplementation. Plus, your body just needs protein, guys.
It just does.
And you will see it change.
Yeah.
Like, when I'm eating more protein-based things, I see more hair growth than if I'm not.
Yeah.
So, and also, I use my collagen in my coffee in the morning. That is a consistent habit that I have.
Yep.
Every morning I put a scoop in there, and I definitely attribute my hair coming back into that.
I believe, yeah, it's protein and the collagen. Just getting it in.
Yep.
And yeah, anybody should be taking, not anybody, everybody should be taking some sort of collagen.
Yeah.
Because they say, what is it, the year after 30? We start losing our elasticity in our skin.
Elasticity.
Yeah, elasticity in our skin. Mm-hmm. So they said anybody after 30, no matter what, you need to have some sort of collagen.
Yeah. And I like the Obvi collagen. I'm using the pumpkin spice right now, which is so good. It's really good. I was in like my churro stage for a while.
Yes, you were.
But now I'm like, I wanted something different. Mm-hmm. And I'm learning not to buy 3 tubs at a time because they do go bad.
They do.
And if you keep refilling over the top of the old.
Kelly can.
So I had to throw, because you remember I was telling you like I ordered new one, but I was like looking at the canister and I was like, oh, I still have a little bit left. Well, I smelled it and I was like, ooh, I don't think that's good anymore. Probably so I just tossed it, washed out the thing, and then put my pumpkin spice in. It's just good.
So you've never finished?
I don't think I finished it in a long time.
Okay.
Yeah. I just like add more over the top.
You're so cute.
So so now I know, like, completely finish it before you fill it up.
Yeah.
Or put it in another container and then dump it on top of the new.
Yeah.
Like, somehow. But anyway,
I think so funny.
Hair loss is very, very scary.
It's very scary.
It is inevitable when
it really is.
Especially if you are losing like a huge quantity of weight.
Yeah.
You know?
Because I'm wondering, like, I don't think I've met someone that
didn't have some type of hair loss.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of all the places we've been, all the retreats, all the pop events, all us just hanging out with people. And not one person has ever said, I've never had a problem with my hair.
Yep.
Because
but I didn't really have a huge problem right after surgery.
Not right after, no.
It was when I started Zepbound, or then Manjaro, that I really saw the hair loss.
Yeah.
Like, I had a little bit, but it was like 3 months done, very minimal.
It was like
fine.
But this last round,
it is.
I mean, it makes sense. Like, us thinking, I bet you, maybe, I don't know, you tell me. Do you kick yourself sometimes? Where you're like, you think back on those days when like people are telling you to drink protein, eat protein.
I mean, it was the collagen. I just completely stopped the collagen.
Completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why I stopped it, but I just stopped taking it. Like, and I think that was a major thing.
Yeah. Was
when I stopped taking it, my hair was like, oh, fuck you.
Fuck you. Well,
I'm going to show you.
Yeah. I mean, and I guess I'm just.
Well, and the hairdresser, like, fucked my hair up.
She fucked your hair up. And you weren't taking in a lot of protein.
I wasn't at all.
You just weren't. Yeah. And that's just what it was. And so that trifecta, we now know. Yeah, it's not good for you.
Well, if you look at my hair from JBY 1 to JBY 2, it's completely different.
Yeah, night and day.
Like, completely different.
Yeah.
So I would say, like, try your best to just do the simple things.
Yes.
Because you don't want to be going through
dealing with this shit. No. Like that's the reason why we have this podcast, so you don't have to deal with this shit.
You do not have to do that.
Because we are further out. We can tell you what to expect.
Yeah, don't make our mistakes.
Don't make them. Just get your fucking protein and just get your water, add the collagen.
Vitamins.
You're going to be good. Yeah, vitamins number 1.
Vitamins.
Because I didn't take vitamins for a while. Not like I would take what she told me to take. It just wasn't a bariatric vitamin. It was like, hey, take this D once a week, take this B whatever, and you'll be fine.
Well, you weren't consistent until ProCare.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And then you did the chewables for a while.
I really liked the punch one because I felt like
it was a mixed berry.
Oh, mixed berry. Yeah. I felt like I could actually feel the vitamins get into my system when I was doing the chewables.
Oh,
I was like, yep, I'm getting my vitamin today. I taste all of this.
I mean, the chewables are good. I liked the orange, which is probably why I like the easy to swallow in orange, because I'm an orange fan.
I wonder if he'll come out with a different flavor.
I don't know.
I should pitch that because I really don't like orange, but it's so easy to use that I just do it. Because it literally like, boop, slides. And we're good.
You don't even recognize it.
I taste it for a second and then it's gone.
Yeah.
So
I like the taste. Yeah. I think the taste and the smell and all of it, I'm here for it.
I don't know what it is. I don't like artificial orange I don't like artificial grape.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're just like, be you.
Well, I do like that they have because you like the peppermint.
I love the peppermint.
So really you can add the sensorts to any multivitamin. It's not the easy to swallow.
The easy to swallow though, you taste the orange just for a little bit.
It's a second, but I like it.
So hopefully maybe he'll come out with a mint one.
Yeah. Maybe.
Kind of cool.
Maybe. Nick, where you at?
2 different flavors.
Yeah.
Use OSLP, you get 20%
off
for the rest of the year. So take advantage while you can.
And chocolate's back.
Chocolate's back.
Dark chocolate.
Our favorite.
I'm telling you.
I fucking love it.
I have ordered way too many bags because we've been out.
We've been out. So I would say, let's see, scary. Let's see, is there anything
else? Have another one.
You have another one.
Yeah. Maintenance.
Yeah. Maintenance is scary.
Maintenance is because you know what to do when you're losing weight. You know what to do prior to surgery.
Yep.
You know how to do that. But when it comes to maintenance, it's a whole new chapter.
Well, it's a whole new mindset. So I feel like every couple of years it changes. And once you hit your maintenance mode, because I don't think that you're at maintenance at 1 year and a half. That's not maintenance to me. Maintenance is like 2.5 years in. Like you hit it and now you got to stay there.
Yeah, but what happens? Like I hit my maintenance early because I lost my weight. Oh no, I'm saying
that's what I'm saying though. Like, but that's not real maintenance.
Yeah, but you go into maintenance mode at that point. Once you hit your lowest, you're in maintenance mode.
Yeah, I just don't think so. Because you're still figuring out. You still could drop.
But once you hit the weight that you want to be at, then you go into maintenance.
See. I view maintenance different. I view maintenance as you've gotten your full routine and we're like, everything is going at the same time. So I feel like maintenance is where like now you're down to the weight that you want, so that the scale does play a part. But like everything around you is working. Like you're going to the gym, you're drinking your water and protein. Everything's like firing. So now you've hit maintenance. Now you have to keep everything firing on all cylinders.
See, I don't agree.
So yeah.
I think maintenance is when you've hit your goal weight or when you've hit the weight that you're comfortable at. That is when maintenance starts, because you then have to figure out how much do I eat? Mm-hmm. What's my protein? What's my water level? To keep me at that weight?
See, I think it's because I was forced into the same weight. I mean, I was just in a stall forever.
Yeah.
So I think mine is it just feels different, because like for me, it's like, okay, well, I got to this number. My whole goal was don't gain anything. Yeah. Because I couldn't get low like that. Yeah. So my whole brain was just, it is maintenance. It's like, hey, this is how my brain works, because it's very mathematic. I'm like, okay, I'm here. We got here, so now don't change anything. So that's what I did. Yeah. I didn't change shit, and I stayed at 182 for over a year. Mm-hmm. And then once I added bread in, I gained that 10. And then now, but I didn't change anything else. I still kept doing everything else. So then I was at 192 for another 2 years. Mm-hmm. But once I stopped working out and stopped moving and ate more, that's when Melanie regained.
100%.
So that's how my body did it. So that's why I say like maintenance, it's scary, because I was just like, hey, then you can't add anything. Like that's what I did to myself. I was like, okay, this is what worked. We don't change shit.
But I agree that is a form of maintenance. Yeah. But I think when you go into maintenance, mm-hmm. and I think, yes, you have a different view on it because you were forced into maintenance. Forced into it, yeah. And many people are forced into that. Yeah. But for the ones that like hit their lowest and their goal weight and their happy weight without being forced, you then have to figure out, because you're in a calorie deficit.
Right. So now you have to figure out like what to eat.
Exactly. And that's scary, because you're like, okay, what if I do the wrong thing and then I start gaining? Mm-hmm. What if I do the wrong thing and I'm still losing? Yeah. Like you're trying to figure out that happy spot. And that to me is maintenance.
I mean, it is. Yeah. I think it's just everybody has a form of maintenance different.
Yeah.
I think like,
and that's totally fine.
And I think like the technical term, that's probably 100% is maintenance. Mm-hmm. Like you get to a number and now we're trying not. So, and that, I think that was kind of my form of it too. If you think about it, like I was just like, hey, don't change anything. Yeah. Because if you do, mm-hmm. then something will go up or go down. So I was so scared.
And I can appreciate your mathematical mind, because it does make sense. Yeah. The way you put it. Mm-hmm. But then if you're in a calorie deficit, you have to change.
You just have to change a little.
Oh, so yeah, I'm not saying like overhaul. Yeah,
well, no, but I'm just telling the audience, like, because people do that. They'll do, instead of just like, oh, we're just going to add this for the next month and just test it. Some people will do literally like a full overhaul of their fucking workouts, food, the whole thing. And then all of a sudden you are gaining because you change so many things at once. So it's like, okay, like, we need to treat our bodies how we did in the first few years of just slowly adding things, kind of like the baby tummy thing that I always talk about. It's like, like we got the soft foods, now we got puree. So now when we're in this spot, we're like, okay, hey bitch, don't you gain anything, don't you lose anything. We have to remember what were we eating during these time frames. And I know for me, it was I was just so consistent and I didn't change. And this is my problem now, is that I do the fuck it moments of like, I just want to eat what everyone eats. Yeah. I get annoyed sometimes, especially since I have a whole house full of people. Yeah. I'm like, I just want to eat what everyone eat. But back then, those first 4 or 5 years, it was all about, who cares? Yeah. This is me. I have to do this because I'm too scared to gain. Mm-hmm. I was deadly afraid because my brother he's a judgy guy. I love my brother. But he even said to me, like, let's just not be a statistic. So I was so scared of regaining because I thought people would look at me and be like, well, see, I knew she couldn't do it. Yeah. I knew she couldn't. Like, especially family members. And so I was like, that's why I was like, steady, don't change. Yeah. It works. And I'm a very good proponent of like, say if I move this chair outside. Now, if I have more chairs to move, I will literally do the exact same way that I did the first one because the first one worked. I won't change how I move the second to the third. And some people will.
Yeah.
And so, like, for my brain, it's like, nope, the one time worked. That's what we're going to do now.
what I think you are a type of person that you are okay eating the same foods over and over and over 100%. Again. For somebody like me,
yeah, you don't.
That I do not like eating the same foods. There are a few things that I will eat. You know, consistently.
The staples. Everybody got their staples, but
I like to eat different things.
Yeah.
I think you don't necessarily have to do an overhaul.
No.
I think that it is definitely talk with a dietitian.
Yes. 100.
Because that's going to help you figure out, like, what are the foods that you like to eat?
Yeah.
What are the foods that you deem, on plan for you?
Yeah.
Or, nutrient dense. What are some foods that you just can't add back in because they are triggers for you? I think that's where it's not necessarily an overhaul, but it's looking into what works and what doesn't, and then coming up with a plan based on that.
I like that. Dietitians will help you so much during maintenance mode.
Yeah, because I think for me, not changing anything, like just staying and eating the exact same things wasn't an option.
Yeah, you were eating cashews and fucking cheese, and your cholesterol was going high. Like, that's not feasible.
No. So like at some point you do have to change things.
Yeah.
It's just, and I also don't believe, like, for me, just staying the same is not an option either. So it was very much trying to figure out what foods were okay, which foods I was triggered by. And I think that comes over time. And I think a lot of people think maintenance mode is a short period of time.
Oh, it's the rest of your life.
It's the rest of your life. Is maintenance.
Maintenance is literally the longest part of this journey.
Yep.
100%. And I would like to say too, I think with our journeys, we have to remember, I had no one.
Yeah.
For the first 4 or 5 years, I had no help.
Yeah.
I literally, and that's why it was, this is what she said, this is what we do.
Yep.
The scale was going down. I'm loving it. Going from 308 pounds and slowly seeing it go in the 200s and 250s and like getting there. It was very exciting.
Yeah.
Very, very exciting. It was so exciting that once it stopped, I was crying and scared and freaking out, but I didn't have anything. I didn't have anybody. So, like, I didn't know, let's change this up. All I knew was what I had. So I was like, fuck it. This is what we're going to do. Either I mean, I understand math and science. So it's like, okay, I need to up my movement and have less calories and things will start moving and changing. But I bet you I wasn't eating enough protein. I bet you I got to a point where, because, as you weigh your food the first year, you think you can spot it now. Like, I thought I was, like, sharp as a nail. Like, oh, yeah.
Sharp.
That's 2 ounces.
Sharp as a tack.
2.2. Like, just stupid shit. And it's not right.
No.
And I'm not accurate. I wasn't calculating anymore. And so it made sense why the scale was starting to go up, because I was letting things come in. And then this last overhaul, I fucking didn't even check anything.
No.
I let everything go. And that's how I was like, oh shit, I'm literally stepped into old Melanie habits. I don't even know how that happened, but it did.
Well, it does.
Like, it just happens, right?
Overnight.
I think no matter who you are and where you are in this journey, you can even be 15 years out. This will happen to you. Where all of a sudden you're just old person, mindset, feelings, everything. And it's overwhelming. And what comforts us?
Yeah.
It's food.
Yeah.
So I used it. And I did. And I used it for 1.5 years and gained that weight. And it fucking sucked. And, like, thinking about doing the math now, Mel gained 50. So, like, let's be honest about it. I realized as we were calculating, I was like, no, I gained 50 pounds. I'm down 21. But still, like, because of letting the fear go, I was like, all right.
That's a cool concept.
Right? I let the fear go, but then I let all my
You weren't scared anymore.
I wasn't scared.
Until you saw the difference.
Until I started feeling icky in my fucking clothes. I started feeling like my arms on things, especially like in the car. When you're sitting, you can feel it. I'm like,
or see it in the reflection.
Oh, that one got me once. And I was like, no!
Yeah, I don't like that one.
The back part.
Yeah.
I hate seeing the back. And now, because at 180, I was like, I like the back.
Yeah.
Take a photo. I don't care. And
Yep.
then now it's like, please don't.
Please don't take
Please
it.
do not.
Just
take.
behind me.
You can do a side and frontal.
Yeah.
Not any back.
Yep.
And yeah, it's like, I think that fear helped me though.
Yeah.
The fear kept me in place of not being complacent. And now I am, the fear is back of, Melanie, we are on a journey and we're not going to let any Joe Smo fucking fuck with you. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And I have to, and like, I'm slowly mindsetting, like getting there. And even I noticed, the fitness person was like, well, I really want you to get, I'm not going to say names. So she was like, she said to me, I think, start doing all the things. So that way you can feel like you're getting everything out of the program. And I'm just like, I actually feel like I'm getting everything out of the program because I'm doing it slow. Like I'm doing it the way that I need to do it.
Yeah.
Like do I think that I should have been in the gym a month ago? 100%. I went to yoga twice.
Yeah, you did.
I did. But guess what? That's more than I did before. And I'm going outside more again and I'm walking more again. It's just like, I can't jump into it like old Mel. I don't have that energy. I don't have that oomph. I just have, I don't even know what you call this. It's just like, I'm here.
Well, and I think when you jump full force into it, that's where missteps happen, right? Because you're not fully like figuring out each step. Because and that has always been my problem. I like to jump full force into something and I will plan it out and I will do all the things all at once.
Yeah.
But then as soon as you let one of it go, then the rest of it goes.
It's like a fucking domino effect. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think figuring it out a little bit at a time is really, really good.
Yeah.
I think I still had fear through my regain, but it was the fear of what the scale would say. So I just didn't weigh myself.
I've done that too.
And I don't, I really, really feel like for me, I have to weigh myself every single day.
Yeah.
Because it becomes a habit then. And I have the data to then go forward.
I love it.
And I have to do it. And it doesn't matter. Like, as soon as I get up, I pee, I weigh myself. That's data. Okay, cool. Move on with your day.
Yeah.
Because if I am seeing, and this is what happened the first round of regain, was I stopped weighing myself.
Yeah.
I just didn't do it.
Yeah.
And then this round, same thing. Just stop doing it because I knew I wasn't doing the things that I needed to do.
Well, and I think what people don't know, unless you've listened literally from the beginning, this is a hell of a lot of growth for Kellie to say this because the scale used to fuck with her a lot.
Well, it wasn't like, the scale. It was more of like my body and then adding in the scale. It's weird because the scale and the numbers don't actually have never really bothered me. It was more of like my worth was tied to the weight.
Correct. Yeah.
So it wasn't actually the numbers. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it wasn't actually like me weighing myself. It was the fact that like when I hit my top, that's what started to fuck with me.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was like my worth is tied to that weight.
The old weight.
The high weight. Not the current weight. I don't know how to explain it. No, it just makes sense in my head.
No, that makes sense that like, because you got your highest weight is what's stuck in your head of your worth. And what you've been trying to do through therapy and all the things is to not have your worth tied to a number.
Correct.
So that's like the biggest deal. And then now that you are losing, like it's that's not it's not hurting your day. It's not making or breaking your day.
Yeah. And it never has.
No.
It's never like I gained 4 pounds and now I can't do anything and I'm just pissed off and I hate the world.
Right.
Like it was always like, okay, I'm up 4 pounds. And then I went about my day. But the overall number would fuck with my brain.
Got it.
So it's weird.
So mine's a little different than what the number would do. So say I get on, like today I got on the scale, right? And then now I am going to, every time I eat, I'm going to think about it. I'll think about the number for like a second. It won't be like obsessive, but I'll just like go get food and then I'll think about the scale and I'm like, okay, we're going to go over here. It like helps me make sure I do a better decision. It's like, okay, no. We don't need that chocolate that Aunt Nene made. We're doing good. Like, it's like an encouragement, like, hey, we've lost 1.5 pounds. We want to keep going.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a mini pep talk.
Every time I
want to go for food.
Okay.
So,
but if you're not stepping on the scale, you're just like, it's a free for all.
It can be.
Okay.
It really can be.
Interesting.
That's my fat brain is like, yeah.
So I think
we don't know. So we're just gonna have fun.
Right. I think that like where we should end is like maybe hold on to that fear. Don't let it control your journey, control your life, but kind of hold on to a piece of that.
Yeah.
Because the fear is there for a reason. And it may not be like I said, don't let it control your entire life.
Right.
But it can help guide you.
It can.
And it can help. And it's scary because you're in this spot where you're like, I've never done this before. My whole life's about to change. You know, what happens here? What happens here? What if I have this happen? Yeah, those things are going to happen regardless if you're scared or not.
Yeah.
But the little bit of fear, I think
it's great.
Yeah.
Like, I hear coaches say that to like football players and stuff. Like you want to have a little fear.
Yeah.
Because a lot of good things come out of you being scared. Because once you get over your scaredness, like the door's open.
That's true.
So it's like, it's okay to have a little bit of fear in your body and in your mindset, I think. It's just like you said, do not let it fuck your day.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
And I know that can be hard. So that's why me and Kelly talk about getting therapy. It's very important.
Yep. I am over 2 years strong here.
Look at that. Kelly is
every
going crazy.
Tuesday.
Not going crazy. That's not what I meant. Kelly's fixing all the things.
She's fixing her crazy.
Yes. I love it. Anything else that's scary?
I'm sure there's a million more. I mean, I would like to have you guys comment. What's your scariest moment of the journey?
Yeah.
Or like if you're pre-op, what's the scary thing that you keep focusing on? Like, I mean, there is I'm not going to lose any weight, but that's like,
oh my God, we forgot about that one. That was a funny one because I remember thinking like, it's not going to work for me.
Yeah. It's
not
not
for everybody else, but I'm going to get fucked somehow.
Yeah. No, it's physically impossible. It's physically impossible.
That one's just funny because there's no way you could not lose food.
Yeah.
It's like impossible.
Yeah. You're not eating enough to like gain. It would be weird if you like didn't lose anything. Like,
yeah, you would have to have some sort of weird genes.
You would have to be like crushing up candy bars and into smoothies.
Right.
To like not lose anything.
And then if you're on your liquid diet, you're just doing Slurpees or something.
Yeah.
I guess.
I would imagine that could be like, I can't even imagine. I mean, we did have that one, I think it was the first ASMBS, and there was a doctor that said that they had a patient that was blending up candy bars.
Yeah.
And eating that.
I remember that now.
Yeah.
That was so fucking wild.
And I was just like, how is that even like a thought in your brain? Like, I
don't get it. I remember Matt went to Red Robin to eat
after his lap band.
Like a month after lap band. Like, I'm like, what are you doing? And then, who was in the bathroom for a half an hour puking? Matt was, because everything got fucking stuck.
Yep. Or Zach eats Frosted Flakes in the way that he used to eat it. And then, you're puking and pooping and like basically comatose.
Yeah.
Because you just overly sugared your entire body.
Oh, Eric did the maple syrup challenge once.
What is that?
You just fucking drink maple syrup.
That's
see
disgusting.
If you can finish. And he literally like almost finished, and then he puked, and he's like, I feel real weird. And I go, I bet you do. You just inhaled so much sugar. Ew. That's insane.
I hate maple syrup. It's disgusting.
I only like it on my pancake.
Nope. I want butter syrup. I do not want maple syrup.
I need to try butter syrup. I probably
Don't.
have.
Don't.
Why? Is it too good?
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, it's basically like artificial butter in your syrup.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, but I hate the flavor of maple.
Oh, I don't like it in my sausage. I'm like, what are you guys doing?
Oh, see, I like it in that.
Uh-uh.
It's because it's just like a sweeter flavor.
I don't like sweet much. Not with my sausage.
You don't like sweet with your food.
I don't.
Yeah.
It needs to be on its own.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right. We love you guys, and we will see you
next time.